we're hanging out with Patti today.
Mm-hmm.
Patti Craigo, Jenny's sister, in Seaside. And, yeah. You want to do the rest of the introduction, Jenny?
Oh my God. What more do I need to say? It's my sister Patti. Hi, Patti.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. I'm glad to be here again. This is like we are in the Seaside Thousand Trails. And we spend more time here than anywhere else just because it's so close to Patti. Right, Patti?
Yep. It's nice to have you guys visit me. You guys visit me more than anybody else
Right,
that has
I
ever
always have,
visited
though.
me.
So
Yeah.
Patti is my youngest sister. How old are you, Patti?
I am 33 now.
Yes, and Patti actually is exactly the same age as Matt. Patti is one day
One day
older than Matt.
Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
means that Matt, of all the kids, is the youngest.
Yeah.
Of the
yeah.
children.
That means a lot to me because I've always been the youngest. So
Right.
the fact that I've always been been able to say, like, I'm one day older than Matt.
makes
My
sense.
sisters, it's great. It's great. I love it.
It makes it easier for me now that Anna is part of the gang, you know, because there's a point at which you are still a child and you're invited to the things by default, but now you're an adult and you can make the decision to be with your parents and hang out with us, and she's very much part of the gang. So Anna's the fucking baby now.
Yeah,
Gang.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, she is part of the gang. She
Yeah.
wants to hang out with us, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you do? What do you do? Tell us about what you do.
I work at the hotel in Astoria at the Riverwalk Inn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the head housekeeper, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Anna knows.
Yeah.
She was there. She helped me all last summer, and it was amazing. I hope she comes back this summer.
Yeah.
It's really busy. It's hard work.
Matt and I were talking about doing it just to make some extra money and save some money and for the next adventure after the one that we're going to go on that we're
Right.
not talking about.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
I've been thinking about that quite a bit too, that it's a perfect little thing, because I've been having a hard time trying to figure out, like, what's my next thing. I don't want to continue to do construction.
Right.
So little stuff like this is fun stuff to fill in the time while I'm trying to figure it out too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's enough about me. We're going to you, though. You are at the Riverwalk Inn. How long have you been there?
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
Yeah.
And your husband works there too, right?
Yes, he does.
Who's your husband?
Brian Craigo.
Brian Craig.
Yes. He does a lot of work there, too. He also works at the dispensary in Astoria, so he's got 2 jobs going on and the kid, so
That's awesome.
all sorts of stuff.
What's the
Yep.
kid?
Caden, he's 10.
Yeah. He's so sweet
Yeah,
and
he's
so
getting
cute.
big. Yeah, he's doing good. Just started school again after the whole COVID thing, so
Yeah.
back
How
to
was
that
that?
routine. Rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
The
It was rough.
starting school
Trying
in
to,
COVID.
yeah, well,
Aw.
also trying to do teacher parent type stuff when you didn't do good in school yourself is a trial. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
could you imagine? Like, I didn't do good in school.
Yeah.
And the reason why I got through school is because I had soccer. If I didn't have a certain amount of grades or I didn't show up on certain days, I couldn't play.
Totally.
You know, and
yeah.
that's what drove me to get through school. And there was even a point there at the end where I wasn't playing soccer because I hurt my knee,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wasn't doing good in school.
It didn't matter
you know?
anymore. Your
Yeah.
motivation was gone.
Yeah,
Right.
so I see it now for Caden, especially because he didn't even have like friends to hang out with. You know, all the kids didn't get to hang out with their friends.
He didn't have a
Whether
reason
they
to
had
go in the
school or
first
not.
place
Yeah.
Right.
besides learning, and
Yeah.
that wasn't his thing. yet.
Exactly, and then even the PE stuff, it'd be like a half an hour PE session, but you're doing it by yourself in your living room.
Right?
Online with
Yeah.
a teacher that pre-recorded something, and it's like, you
It's
You
just
either
like
have your
watching
parents help-
Teletubbies as a kid. Sit in front of the TV and do your dance, kids.
that's exactly what it was, and that was his PE
Sing with
session.
Barney.
Not fun, not fun for kids that are 8, 9,
Right.
You know,
14.
even younger than that. Like, yeah, there's like it'd be rough. It was rough.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Jackson is doing school.
I know. I'm so
Jackson
proud.
just
That's
turned
so
6 March 30th, and he does school online.
Yeah, but there was a bit of a this is what's going to happen kind of thing thrown into that. It wasn't there, or was it what the school district is doing?
There's been so many people that have told me their situation in their school, and I don't know any kids that go to the same school. So I've heard a bazillion different ways. I don't remember whose situation is what.
Right.
I don't
right.
know. Bridget, the whole idea of public school and all this online stuff for her is just bullshit. And that's the thing, too. If it was like regular homeschool online, it would be at your own pace when
Yes.
you have time as
Right.
parents. Okay?
Right.
No, that's not the case, right? I'm sorry, but you're going to have to be at home
From
while
this
your
time
kid
to
is
this time.
during school times
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
How the fuck does that
it
work?
It's hard. It was hard.
Yeah, and
Not only
we had it probably the least out of everybody, you know, because we have 3 parents, 3 adults, plus like a grandma.
Help. You have a
Grandma
sister,
Connie, Brian's mom. She's here to help too, and they've been doing a lot too. And every time we have to work or have something going on, like she has stepped in and helped, and it's been good. Well, but there's been so many people like in the world that are dealing with stuff like this on a daily basis. They don't have the extra people, and some of them have lost their jobs and aren't even going to work, and they're getting unemployment. And some of them aren't even getting unemployment and are still trying to get that money that they're saying that, you know,
I've ran into people. I mean, realistically, oh man, I had the perfect thing to say. I lost it. I should have jotted it down. But I did run into a friend recently, and she was saying that she had to go get a job to put her daughter through school, even though her husband works. And then she had to quit her job because she had to stay home. That's what I was going to say. Oh. Realistically, public school system is a daycare. It's a daycare that teaches your kids some shit. So now you don't have this daycare, and you can't fend for yourself. You can't take care of yourself and take care of your kids.
I'm not gonna say that it is a daycare. That's not what it was intended to be, right? Like, I understand why you say that, but in reality, it didn't used to be. It used to be fucking school.
Yes.
Mom was stayed at home. She cleaned the house. She got shit ready. Dad went to work. Kid went to school. Okay, fucking shit costs way too much now. Everybody's got to fucking work. Yep. And half the people are one person. It's mom or dad. They just don't have a couple anymore.
Yeah.
So, mom's got to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs.
While she's taking kid to school or teaching kid.
Or, so what do you do in those situations like Kim or whatever, who is only one mom who does have to work and her kid's getting in trouble all the fucking time.
Exactly.
So what do? I'm going to take him to work. Okay, well now he's in the middle of a different situation where, you know, like it's just a bunch of shit. Like what are you supposed to do?
And that's the thing now. It's like, do we take our kid to work? And because we have to work. We are both busy at work, sometimes on the same job, like tomorrow. Are we going to take him to work? No. We're going to split up our work day.
Yeah.
You're going to go to work and I'll stay and then I'll switch it up and I'll go for a few hours and then
I'm so fucking thankful. I'm so thankful that Anna was done by the time this hit. And that thank God for that, because I would have fucking shot myself.
I think
about the situation though, and like think about how when I was a kid, if I had to deal with this, that would be.
We wouldn't have to deal with this. We didn't have fucking computers.
Our parents wouldn't have stayed home with us.
It wasn't a thing. No, we didn't have computers back then, Patty. We would have not had fucking school for a year.
Yeah.
We'd be completely screwed up.
You're right.
But we just literally would not have gone to school. We would have stayed home and worked on the fucking farm.
Yeah,
just like we did during the summer.
Working, we would have had something to do.
Oh, for sure. We would have sat around.
Kids nowadays don't have nothing to do.
Right.
Okay. That was a weird.
If we had COVID back in the day.
Yeah, we wouldn't go to school because there's no fucking computers and shit. Yeah. No, we just would have been working on the farm and stuff. Yeah, right. Totally.
Yeah, that's a weird little spot right there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We would have been working on the farm, which would have been fucking awesome, actually. Yeah.
So let's talk. So we're gonna tell your story because that was like the whole idea. We haven't been podcasting in a while just because we've been so busy with stuff and trying to figure out what we're gonna do. But it's really podcasting is it feels good.
It's
it
therapeutic.
Feels good to talk about stuff and get it out and to know that it's out there. And if you want to hear about what you have to say, you can listen back to it. That's kind of cool. Right. And it'll be there for Caden when you're gone, or for one day we're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be left for whoever loves you and wants to listen to it and remember you, and it's gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cool. It's super cool, and it's important to do it, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I would like to, we've done it with Bridget, and Bridget's fun to talk to because Bridget is so freaking smart. She's so smart,
so smart.
She's so all over the board about the stuff that she does like to talk about, and that's like all the stuff you're not supposed to talk about, right? Like politics and religion. Right. You don't talk about that shit, but that's what Bridget's good at, right?
Yeah, I know. She's so smart. I've always been jealous of how smart and easy.
Yeah, me too.
Easy how her words come to her, and she just sounds so sophisticated all the time. Even if she's not even talking about anything that really matters. She could be talking about the lampshade.
Yeah.
And she can make it sound hella smart, and
Yep.
like
She is
she
very
went to
smart.
school about it.
She
you
is,
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah. She's very smart. She's fun to talk to.
Yeah.
But she's very passionate about the stuff she does talk about. So.
Yep, I love her. I've looked up to her for a long time.
She's
when we were little kids.
One of the most powerful women I've ever known in my life. But we're not here about Bridget. We did one with Bridget already, and it was a good one. You should go back and listen to that one. But this one's about Patti. So Patti is 33 years old. Where were you born, Patti?
Swindon, England.
Yeah?
In 1988, February 9th.
I remember because I was like 6. I was like Jackson's age, right? I was like a big kid.
That's how many years older my wife is to me.
Right? Oh, man. We stayed, Casey and I don't... Bridget had to have gone too.
Yeah,
well,
she was there.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I just don't remember. Dad took Casey and I to school. Mm-hmm. Mom's water broke. Mom told me that her water broke in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. And she sat up and waited because she knew it was going to be a while. And her and Dad played cribbage on the bed all night long waiting for Patti to come because she wanted to get all the kids. She wanted to get me and Casey to school. Mm-hmm. And Bridget to the daycare, right? Mm-hmm. And then Bridget to Uncle Keith before she went to the hospital, and she knew she had time.
Yeah.
So that's what she did. And then we went to school.
She
and
took
then we
care
got
of
home,
everybody, and then was like, okay, let's go have this baby now. And then went home.
She knew what was up.
All the kids came home, and then there you were.
Yep.
There everyone was.
There was Patti.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. When, do you remember anything about England at all?
Not when I was a little kid. When I was born, I do not remember any of that.
How old were you when you moved over here?
Like 2.5? 2.5? Almost 3?
Yeah.
Like, right in, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I was a little, the first thing I remember, the first thing I can say that I remember is
the farmhouse.
The farmhouse. Yeah. And, like, standing on the side of a dirt trailer, looking into a trailer of dirt. And Mom and Dad putting it in the crates to make a little, and Dad would put it in the crates, and Mom would stuff the little flowers in there and seeds.
The flats, planting and transplanting and stuff, yeah.
And it was like the first thing that I remember.
On the farm.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And you guys were all at school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fun. That'd be fun to be like the only kid left at home.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it felt
until
like.
later on in life when they're like the only kid left at home. And like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
No, I was lucky though, because I left before. Bridget was the one that stayed at home.
Yeah.
You know, after.
Yeah. Yeah, she was the last one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where'd you go to school?
Canby.
Yeah.
Canby High School.
Yep. And then where was before Canby High School?
91 Elementary.
Yep. So
Best school ever. I love that school.
You went directly from elementary to high school. You guys didn't have a middle school in Canby?
We had our middle school was in our 91 elementary school.
Okay. So when we lived down at
different from what Casey and Jenny did.
So when we lived down at the farm, which was John's Peach Orchard, we Patti was little tiny.
So I went to Eccles actually.
You went to Eccles for a little bit, yeah. And
the second grade is when we moved right before Christmas.
Really? Dang.
Dude, remember we? I was second
what happened
grade.
To me? Yeah, that's crazy.
Right before the flood, in '96.
Yeah.
And no, I totally remember this like it was like nothing. And we had to move literally down the same road, Barlow Road, like 12 miles or 8 miles.
It was like 8 miles, I think.
8 miles. Yeah. And Mom and Dad let us kids stay there in the living room with no furniture or anything, but with the TV. And we all camped out there.
Yeah, it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
We were on Christmas break.
Yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, we went back to school from Christmas. And you guys were going to Eccles and stuff still, or high school.
I was going to...
And then I was going to, Bridget and I were going to 91 Elementary.
You switched, yeah. So Bridget and Patti moved to 91, and so that was K through 8.
Yeah.
So all the kids that came from there, from 8th grade, went to high school with us, 9th grade, freshman year.
Yeah. Okay.
So they went to the same, a lot of those kids, there was kids like Katie Jacob, and those kids started going to school. She actually went to Ackerman with me. So they didn't go all the way through.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Patti and Bridget did. There was other kids that didn't. We just met them in high school. Like, where the hell are you from?
Yeah.
Well, we're from the outlining schools.
Yes.
Because there was Karis, which is out by Beaver Creek.
Yep.
Or by Oregon City that came to Canby, and there was 91 that came in as well. We didn't know those kids. There were weird kids that came in.
Yeah.
Like,
me and Bridget were the weird ones that came from
outside. Yeah.
On the outskirts of
So
Canby.
that's kind of how Albany is, too. So Albany has, like... Oh, man, it's like 13 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 2 high schools. Going from that many elementary schools to 3 middle schools to the 3 different spots in town, really. And so those kids, they're all kind of segregated to their schools anyway. But then they get into their middle schools, and then they find some new people, but not a whole bunch. Most of them they went to school with already. Mm-hmm. But then they get to high school, and they're like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I totally see that. Mm-hmm. It didn't happen that way for me because I moved major moves during those times. Yeah. I went from the Dalles just before I got into middle school. So I went to Prairie City in middle school. I finished middle school in trouble, and then I went directly into high school. So, like, there was no shock like that to me. Everybody was like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
So,
see, I felt really lucky about the whole thing because I knew a lot of people from, like, the Canby schools, like, because of soccer.
Yeah.
So I was playing soccer at 91 Elementary with the other girls.
Right, you played for Canby kids.
I was playing for fall classes, so FC school. Mm-hmm. I was playing for the whole community. And there was a bunch of girls at my school that played soccer, and they played for their own little thing, because at my San 91, they didn't have a soccer team.
Right.
So, you either had to play for the little league team, or you went to Canby and you got onto a big team.
Right.
I was very lucky that Mom and Dad helped me and got me onto a team that was like for Canby.
Right. So you went to school with kids from a team that you didn't go to school with.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So I played soccer all the time from second grade on with girls that did not go to my school.
Yeah.
And so when you finally got to go to school with them, it was rad.
I was like already friends with them.
Yeah, and you're like a popular girl too, huh? Because you're like a jock and shit.
Only because of soccer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was only known for soccer.
Yeah.
And I was the friend that knew all the people from my own school. Mm-hmm. And then Amanda Carnegie, my best friend, was definitely not into soccer or anything like that. So I was literally friends with everybody in high school.
That's cool.
I didn't hang out with anybody in particular at any time. I had like my year, I'd be like doing this or that with different people. But I just hung out with everybody the whole time.
Yep.
The soccer people were the main people I hung out with because we were doing soccer stuff. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever go back and think about stuff in high school and you're just like, wow, that was like right in front of my face and I didn't even know it. Like, I hung out with the jocks and didn't know it.
Yeah.
I was not a jock that didn't do any of that hung out with the jocks.
100%.
And it's just fun stuff like that that you go back and you're just like, huh.
Yeah.
That was something about myself that I didn't even realize. Mm-hmm. In hindsight, yeah, I totally hung out with those people, or I did those things, or I was that fucking guy.
Totally, yes.
I was that jerk.
Mm-hmm. One of the first things I remember about high school, I had to walk through a certain hallway to get to class, and that's not the hallway you're supposed to walk through if you're not a senior.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was like me and like 3 other friends, and we were all on the soccer team, or one of them was on the cheerleader team, but we knew each other from like elementary school, 91. Mm-hmm. And we're like all going through it, and some kid poked out his leg to try and trip her, and I just kicked the crap out of his leg. And they all made a big thing about it. I was like, don't just trip people because they're walking through your
senior hall.
Yeah.
That was fun when you do get there, though.
This isn't...
Yeah. So you played soccer. You played soccer.
Yeah.
You played a lot of soccer.
It was the best ever.
Yeah, you started when you were little teeny tiny, too.
Yeah.
Because we used to come watch soccer. I fucking hated going to see soccer games on Sundays and shit, though. Sometimes it's cold and wet. And for some reason I had to go because I was always in trouble and shit. I'm sure that was part of it.
It was a big game, though. Sometimes Mom and Dad made you guys go to, like, games that were, like, important games. Yep.
But then
did you ever see me do good? Like,
of course I did. And as I got bigger, I would drive to see your games. I went down to watch you guys do stuff in state, down all the way down here. Or wait, where the fuck are we? We're in Seaside. Actually. So no, I meant like Eugene.
Right. Right.
So sorry, I lost it there for a second. But I remember going to drive and do that kind of stuff. I was driving my Taurus when Anna was born. Anna's been to your stuff,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. But it's legit.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Anna's been to Patty's high school stuff.
Well, because Patty was just a little tiny guy. Patty was still in 91 when I told her I was going to have...
Yeah,
because
I was 13,
Patty would have just 14. Been going into high school.
You were 12.
Well, yeah, you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
So,
I think I was 13 when Jenny actually had Anna.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I was 13.
Let's back up.
Because she's literally half my age. Anna's half my age. So if I'm 33... No, well... She's 18.
She's 18.
Anna was
so that's
born
right.
in 2000.
Yeah, so that's right.
This year she'll be. Yeah. She's half. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
13.
So, well, she's 13 years different.
Yeah.
Neither one
right?
of us were in high school when my stepdaughter was born.
What?
Neither one of us were in high school when my stepdaughter was born.
No, you're right. No.
Yet.
Not
yeah,
yet.
You're not
No.
yet.
Right. Not yet.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Neither Patti or I were in high school
I understand
when
that.
Anna was born.
I understand that. We're gonna back up because we're talking about Patty's life. We skipped all the way up to Anna, and that wasn't that long ago. That was only like 18 years ago. So it was like a whole 18 years before that too.
Yeah.
More than that. But anyway, backing up. So you went to 90. Okay, even before that, when we were talking about where she was born and stuff, and we got off track, kind of.
Yeah, well, kind of.
So anyway, when you were born, we lived in England, and then we moved over here, and you were just 2.5, so you don't remember shit from England from when you were little.
Guy. Yeah.
So, moving on, we lived at the farm. We lived at John's Peach Orchard in Canby, and then we moved out to Dad's house, where you went to 91. Yep. That's where we were at, kind of.
When we moved out there, I was literally like halfway between second grade.
And soccer.
It was right
I guess we
Christmas.
made it farther than I thought. Yes. So yeah, soccer was where we left off.
Yep.
So soccer, of course, we're smoking and drinking.
Soccer got me through so many things.
Yeah,
soccer literally is what got me through school and everything.
Yeah. And then it all got fucked up.
Well, and it was fucked because, like, junior year, I was like, okay, telling Dad, I was like, I'm going to quit basketball, quit track, stop all the other stuff. I'm just going to do soccer. So I don't hurt myself.
On the table, Patty.
Oh, sorry.
It's cool.
So I don't hurt myself. Right? I don't want to get hurt playing something that I don't really care about.
Yeah,
that was
I only want to get hurt playing the one I really care about.
And then senior year comes, and I literally, I'm never going to forget this, third game, 12 minutes in to preseason, senior year, tore my ACL. That was it. No scholarship, like you can't, that's it.
Yeah.
The scholarship that I was going to have, they're not even looking at me now. Like, that's it. It's done.
That's horrible.
It was terrible. And then, graduating high school, it took 2 months after I hurt my knee to have my surgery.
Yeah.
And then it took another few months after that.
Do you remember when you had your surgery?
Yeah, your birthday.
Well, do you remember the actual date?
November 18th.
Well, no, it was like the 16th, but whatever. It was like the 16th.
It was like
because
right
I came
before,
the day before my birthday, and I gave you your very
you
first cell phone ever for your birthday.
And it was a red Razor flip phone.
Yeah.
And
for my birthday.
I still have it.
It was called like Graham Crack.
Jenny,
No, that's not what it was
I still have it.
You do?
Yes.
That's crazy, dude.
Why? It was the first one I ever got from you. From my sister.
Yeah.
Because I hurt myself. Not because of mom, dad. Nobody else got me that phone.
No. And I was a grown up. I was an adult. I had a kid and everything. You were big.
You know why you got me that phone? Mom had told me it was you. She was worried that there was only going to I was going to be sitting at home by myself.
All by herself, yeah.
And I needed a phone. You're like, well, I'll get her a phone then.
Yeah, and then I got to hang out with you on my birthday.
Yeah, you did.
Everybody always has weird, shitty stuff on my birthday, but it's like the beginning of the holiday season.
You came with me on the shittiest time.
Yeah,
for your birthday.
Of course I did. Yeah, like my best bud, man. Aunt Patty was my buddy growing up because Casey's the oldest, and then it's me. And then it's Bridget, and then it's Patty. And my mom always, no matter what we did, we went to one time on a train in England from our house in wherever the fuck we were, Surrey, to Nana's in Epsom. And it was a train ride. We had to get on a train and then in a taxi to get to her house.
Right.
And everybody's worried about Mom, but Mom made a big kid take a little kid. Like, every big kid take a little kid, and that's her kid, you know? Yeah. Like, it's always been a big kid and a little kid, and it was always Bridget and Casey and Patty and Jenny. So even like getting in trouble and stuff, when I get in trouble and stuff, Patty would be with me because she'd just come hang out with me, and she was fun to hang out with. She never told on me for anything. So whatever, or she would just listen to what I said. I would smoke when we'd walk uptown because it would be like, I don't know, you'd have to walk through the orchard, Aunt Peg's orchard, and then through the campgrounds, and then up Knightsbridge Road to get to town.
Yep.
And I would just, on Knightsbridge Road, just say, Patty, just walk straight ahead. The cars are coming, so don't mess around. Just look straight ahead and walk, and I'll be right here behind you, and we'll talk. So she just walked straight ahead and never ever once looked back at me. So I could smoke all the way up Knightsbridge.
You told me not to.
Yep.
If I wanted to go with you, I had to follow your rules.
Yeah, and so you did.
It's different than...
I just want to smoke cigarettes. I was like 12. Fucking, oh my God. And then when she found out that I smoked and stuff, she just didn't tell on me. So it was fine. You know? And then she was always hanging out. So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, Patti, yeah, I know. I'm thinking back about being in trouble, and then
it was the worst times ever. You got in a really bad trouble, and I had like a panic attack or something. I like freaked out, and Dad was like, I'm like standing on my bed, like jumping up and down, freaking out. And Dad was like, "Calm down, calm down." And I was like hyperventilating and everything.
That was the
Mom was beating your ass out in the backyard. And I was so scared for you. I was so scared. I was like, I was with her the whole time. I was freaking out.
That's so funny. That was the time, though. Yeah. That was the time that was the last time.
Yeah.
Whatever whatever.
Because I thought you were going to get your ass so beat. I thought you were done.
That time I was scared to death too. You know what I realized when I think about that time that Mom got so mad at me that she was going to beat me up in the backyard? I forget how little she is. You know what I mean? She was so little. But I've been this size for a really long time, and I never knew that she was way smaller than me. You know?
I'm literally standing in the back screen, glass window, big ass window.
Oh God, I was scared for my own life.
Dad's like, go to your room, and I'm like on my bed, jumping up and screaming and shit. Like,
Mom was mad enough at me that time that I didn't fuck up ever again.
It was fun.
Never again did I, because I was scared she would kill me. So, right, I straightened up like crazy after that.
Big time.
Anyway, yeah. So Patti was always my buddy, going out and getting in trouble and stuff.
I think you helped me not get in trouble because I knew that what I had to do to stay under the radar.
Like, I watched Jenny fuck up so many times, I can't mess it up.
I gotta do this to not get in trouble.
And our parents didn't give a shit by the time you got there.
They didn't.
They give no shits about what Patti and Bridget did. They could have fucking murdered somebody. They wouldn't give a shit. Like, turn a blind eye. I'm done parenting at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yep, it was done for. We just had to make sure we didn't, like, get in big trouble right in front of Mom and Dad, basically.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
and then
go ahead. No, you go. You go. Nothing.
I'm skipping ahead.
I was gonna too, but to like something completely different. Have you listened to our podcast?
Yes.
Have you listened to the ones with Dad?
Yes.
Did you hear the one where he said you moved out when you were 3? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He said something about Patti moved out when she was like 3, but it's true.
No.
So where were you hanging out all this time when you weren't with us? With your family, your real family?
When we were on the farm, I was with Nathan.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And we were getting
Who's
in
that?
so much. Nathan Favre.
Uh-huh.
Our cousin.
Our cousin.
Is he like my first cousin?
No.
Third?
No. So his grandpa.
I don't know how that all works.
So his grandpa was Mom's first cousin.
His grandpa
It's just a huge
was
age
Mom's
gap.
first cousin.
Because John Favre, his mom was Aunt Pauline.
Right.
So that's Mom's aunt, Pauline. She's our great aunt, but Mom's aunt.
Right.
So Pa and John Favre's
Mom was
brother and
like,
sister were their brother and
Mom
sister.
always was like, "You're like Aunt Pauline. Why are you standing like Aunt Pauline?
You?
Be standing like this.
You're a skinny old lady like Aunt
Pauline. Standing with our arms back like this.
Like
you're standing like Aunt Pauline.
On the boat.
Yes.
That is exactly. But listen, Matt. You have no idea how exact that is, except for her little hat had a little flower on it, and she smoked cigarettes for like 105 years.
So she looked like Forrest Gump's mom,
but
waving like Forrest Gump.
She would stand out in front of the barn all summer long while we're selling produce and stuff, like standing like that, like Forrest Gump on the trip boat, with the hat and the flower, going like this.
Yeah.
Like a cat with a bird?
She either had something wrong with her throat.
She smoked, man. She smoked like a chimney forever. Yeah. But she would just sit out there and clear her throat constantly. But that was my grandpa's sister, Aunt Pauline.
When I was a really little kid, she would get so bad at me and Nathan because we go like fuck around in the barn and shit. She'd come out and...
Me and Johnny were smart. Me and Johnny Favre, my favorite cousin, we would go and ask Aunt Pauline if we could have a popsicle, and she would tell us stories and shit And we would go into her kitchen and eat a popsicle, and she'd tell us about her very first beer down at the farm, and blah, 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 and all kinds of shit.
I was only...
We just had to ask.
She only invited me in 2 times.
That's because you were hanging out with Nathan.
Yeah, the 2 times I wasn't with Nathan was when I was allowed in there. One time she gave me cookies, and the other time she showed me a clock from her mom.
Yeah.
That her mom had gotten from a past that she didn't really know where it came from, but it always gave her peace when she talked about her clock.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh.
Interesting.
Huh.
I wish I would have known those people a little better just because they were so close right there all the time. Aunt
Aunt
Peg
Pauline. Let me into her house every time I went up to her house and
yeah.
knocked
Aunt
on the
Peg
door.
was
Aunt Peg
awesome.
let me in.
Dude.
Yeah.
So
that was
Aunt Peg and Aunt Pauline were my grandpa's sisters, and they lived down at the farm with us. Aunt Pauline we didn't hang out with so much because she didn't like visitors really as much. But she would just live down by the barn, and she'd come hang out and stuff and smoke cigarettes while we were in the barn.
As fuck, but only at
and then
times.
she was just kind of a crabby old lady, whatever.
Yeah.
She was fine. She didn't hang out so much.
Yeah.
And she went we were young when she kind of stopped being down there. She moved to Hope Village or whatever. And then Aunt Peg and they lived right across from Marlis and John's house. So just right there on the farm as well. And Aunt Peg, I believe she had some kind of tumor or something that was removed. And once they did that, it messed with her vocal thing. So she couldn't talk anymore. And she had to relearn how to write and stuff, and she just didn't talk, so she just talked in no like that, like that's how she talked.
Yep.
But she would know what she wanted to say, and it was very frustrating for her to not be able to fucking spit it out.
Exactly.
Right. She's conscious of the word. She
yelled at me and Nathan multiple times going into her backyard, like into her apple trees. In the backyard, those big, beautiful apple trees that she had right there. She would yell at us. She would just... No, like yelling at us, and I would be like, "Oh my God, Nathan, we gotta go."
I love.
We would just think, "I'm sorry," and let's just run.
I think her husband's name was Uncle Reuben. I mean, well, it was Reuben. Uncle Aunt Peg and Uncle Reuben. Yeah. And he was cute. He was like a little guy. Aunt Peg was big like me.
Did you meet him?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you have to. He was old though. I mean, he was tiny.
I do not remember him at all.
Aunt Peg was big like me, and Uncle Reuben was like your size. Or Bridget's size, like little guy, and Aunt Peg would shave him and stuff, and he was nice, he could talk, I mean, like, he talked, and he was just old, you know, but, yeah, they would, if you trick-or-treated them, they'd give us king-size candy bars. They had just enough for all the kids down at the farm. You had to stop.
Okay, see, I remember that. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, that was the farm, so I don't know where we got off there, but just being down at the farm, I don't know.
There's definitely weird stuff that I remember.
The farm is the first place that
everything else.
Patty has a memory.
Yeah.
The farm is Patty's first memory, and you guys are still there, and you guys spent a lot of time there. That's a lot of your growing up. So, of course, you're going to be at the farm still.
Yeah, we're going to end up going back there a lot, and we do. Your story ends up going back there a lot. Like, you guys got married there later on down the road, so...
The farm is very much part of Patty's story, so it's fine that it shows up.
Terry Lynn's funeral.
Yeah. After.
Yes, after
party. The after party.
We went to the after party, and he had asked Mom if she thought it was a good idea to ask me, and she said yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were leaving the farmhouse and stopped at the mailbox where I always used to get picked up. I talked about that spot with Brian multiple times.
You know what's really funny? I didn't know we were going to do this podcast. But I was showing Jen pictures of this morning, was I not? Was that this morning or yesterday morning? That I was showing pictures of Patty's wedding.
Yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
I was talking about the farm yesterday. I didn't even think about doing a podcast until I asked you about doing this like an hour ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did. I was just sitting here showing Jen pictures of the farm and showing pictures of the wedding. Like, look, this is Pat. This is our backyard. Oh, look, here's another picture. There's nothing. It's all just farm and fields, and that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
We were so safe, but not sheltered.
No.
We fucking knew some shit. Everybody down there did drugs and smoked cigarettes and drank and partied and,
we
you know.
snuck off to the church camp to go to town.
Dude. Yeah, so we definitely were not sheltered.
Me and
we
Nathan would sneak off the farm to go play at the park at the church camp through the fence. Because we didn't have nothing to play on at the farm, so we'd sneak to the church camp.
Do you know that church camp had an ice cream machine?
Yeah, they also had a giant pool. And like, last time I was down there, they have a whole entire back end that has a slide.
A pool and stuff?
All sorts of stuff that goes down into the river.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were just there. That's not, what?
That was a couple years ago. I was there with Jake, actually.
Oh, we were just there. Matt and I. We walked across, but only on the other side of the bridge,
this
I guess.
was like when I got married, I guess. Like, when we were down there.
I also wasn't looking. I didn't see anything obvious.
We, like, went down to the river, talked to
who? Bud?
Bud, yes.
Bud and Joey?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes, Bud. Got a hold of him. We went down there, and I parked right there.
Yeah.
Like, I stood there for like 10 minutes, and then he came down and was like, hey, and I was like, hi, I'm Tammy's daughter.
Yeah.
Can I go swimming right here with my friend? We're getting a spot ready at Dave's house for the wedding. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, go.
We should call them.
I know, Bud and Joey.
We should call them. We should call we should see those people.
Yes.
There's people that, like, we should have kept in contact. Well, no. I mean, I don't know. They didn't try just as much as we didn't fucking try. And they're not trying very hard right now either if they need to see us. But, whatever. I shouldn't feel bad about that kind of stuff. But they were just nice people from our past. Or Mom's family that really were very sad to hear about Mom and stuff. And, I don't know. It'd be nice to talk to those people.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
really, I mean, they don't need to. I mean, unless they want to talk about her, call me. But they don't either. So I don't know. I need to stop feeling bad and feeling obligated to go see people and making a point of going to do stuff. Yeah. People need to do their part too.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm always the one.
You're right.
It. Anyway, still not about me. Moving on. So, I was gonna ask you.
Yes.
When do you remember going back to England? You went back to England. You've been back 2 times?
Yeah. Well, no, 3 times.
3 times. So the first time was when?
When I was 16 and I was with Mom and Dad.
Yep. And so I was
Bridget was 18 and you had just moved out.
I'd been gone for a long
you had
time.
been gone for a while.
Anna was a kid.
You had Anna.
Yep.
Bridget had just gone to the military.
Mm-hmm.
I had just graduated. No, it was before that.
Yep. You were still in high school.
I was still in high school.
Yeah.
I was only 16.
Yeah.
So what was Bridget doing? She had just graduated and she went to the
She
military.
had just graduated and she had just gone to the military because I had to go and pick her
up
and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, you're right, because when we were there, right after we had got there, Mom was like, I knew this was going to happen, and Bridget had to come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was messed up. Yeah.
I was taken care of. I was here, right? I always take care of shit, right? Anyway, Bridget came home. Yeah. But you guys were in England regardless of that.
And that's when we lost Coco.
Yep.
James had come over right when Bridget got home. James had to go over and help Bridget bury Coco. That was the first England experience for me. It was great and fun. It was the only time I ever went anywhere with Mom and Dad, just me. It was the one and only time, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it was sad because Bridget was gone. You guys were all doing your own thing.
Yeah, and you're the last kid left at home. You got to go to freaking England.
And we had to hear about Coco gone.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah. But regardless of Coco, okay, that sucks. That's sad. You missed out on that. It's good that you guys were all gone, and James could take care of it or whatever.
Yeah.
So what was England like? What do you remember? Who'd you go see? What was it like?
Oh, God. Okay, so we went to Uncle Keith. We saw Uncle Paul. We saw Nana. That was always a fun experience with Dad and Nana.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
We went to the gardens that Grandpa John, Dad's dad, is buried at. And that they made a memorial tree for him with a bench and everything.
Yeah.
And we went to that. That was awesome. That was probably the coolest thing that I did at that period of
that time.
Yeah.
I
thought that was super important.
Were you able to drink?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, like, you can drink at any age in England,
16.
it seems like. And you could actually go to a pub at, like, 16.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So
that was super fun. Oh, we went and saw,
Did you go see Minnie when you were here that time?
Yeah. Yeah, we saw Minnie. Mom and Dad, I have pictures of Mom and Dad and Minnie that time.
Yeah.
And we went to a cricket game Minnie played in.
Yep.
And all that. His kids were just little guys. I actually rode over at one point with him the next time I went over by myself, and that was super cool.
When was that? How many years later?
I was just out of high school. I was 20.
4 years later?
Yeah.
You went by yourself that time?
I did. Yeah, it was weird. It was fun, but it was crazy because I didn't know exactly what I was doing, and I kept on messing up on when I was supposed to be at where I was supposed to be.
Oh my God, Patti. Well, let's not go there yet then.
I went, it was good.
Yeah. So the first time you went, do you remember how long you were there for?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks with mom and dad?
I think so. Maybe a little less. Maybe it was 2 weeks.
That's a long fucking time still, though. Even if it was only...
I feel like it was a long time because I saw everyone. Like, we went to Uncle Paul's house.
Yeah.
And Aunt Janine's house. And, you know, we went to Nana's house.
They live in the same house
days.
as when we were there the first time.
I know.
When we were kids. So I remember that house more than anybody else's house. Mm-hmm. They still live in the same one.
I'm so glad that we went when you saw Uncle Paul.
Yeah. We got to see him. We got to see him before he passed away. We're the last couple that got to see him from here. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it was super good. I loved it. I just remember Helen and Catherine were still young.
Your age, or kids too.
Yeah.
Helen came over here. Our cousin Helen, we've talked about her on here, haven't we? A couple times maybe?
Yeah.
But she's been over here more than any other family. And she came over here and I had to buy cigarettes for her. Yep. I was 18. She was only like 16, which you can smoke over there. But
I had to stand outside at the basketball court / side area where the stuff was at Mom and Dad's house and watch to see who was coming for her to smoke.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she let me smoke sometimes too. So.
So what happened in school? What kind of stuff did you do in school? You good kid, bad kid?
I was both.
Did you date anybody?
I wanted to be. I was friends with everybody, but I wanted to be friends with other people, and so I hung out with certain people that would, I think, get me to that area. Like I went to a party one time with the older girls from soccer, but they ended up making me drive from the high school to the house we were going to, and it was another person's truck because he was messed up. And I was like 15, 16, 17.
Do you have a driver's license or
nothing?
No,
nothing like that. No. So that was crazy. And I never did it again because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Then I stopped hanging out with them, and it went on from there. It was like one time Mom and Dad were gone from high school. This is happening.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were gone in like Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Bridget was gone.
Yeah.
I don't know even what anyone was doing.
Yeah.
Bridget had that little car, that little green car.
Hyundai Accent.
Yeah, and I was home by myself for like a week. Like, maybe not a week, but like 4 or 5 days by myself.
Yes, okay.
Having to ride the bus, looking at this car, being like, the keys are sitting here, the car is sitting here, that kind of thing. I totally drove that car.
Yeah.
It sounds like you already have practice.
But you know what? I didn't take it to school because I knew I'd get in trouble if I took it to school.
Got caught. Yeah.
So I would go to school and do the thing at school, and then I would come home and be like,
take it in the car. We're going to learn how to drive. Bridget's car.
Here we go. Yeah. Take it to Amanda's house. She'd be like, it looks fine. You look like you're doing okay. And then I would drive it all the way to Canby.
Oh, bad.
All the way to Canby because my friend Brad.
Talk out loud so they can hear you, not to be secret.
My friend Brad, that Dad didn't like for whatever reason, Dad didn't like him, was right across the railroad tracks in Canby. And I drove to his house twice that week that Mom and Dad were gone.
Yeah.
We never even did anything or like hung out like in a weird, crazy like boy-girl way or anything. It was just the fact that I was driving the car to his house and be like, I just saw my sister's car here. Like, you know.
I need to tell somebody.
Yeah.
I know how to get to your house.
He'd be like, okay, well, we'd like stand there and like talk for a minute. I'm like, okay, I gotta go home.
I don't want to get caught.
And then I'd panic all the way home.
They're gonna be home early.
For like another however long it took me to get there. You know.
And you never get caught?
No.
What else did you do and never get caught?
Lots of stuff, but that was the only thing I can say on camera or video, whatever.
Who's gonna find out?
Dad.
If Who gives a
What's
shit?
he
What
gonna
the
do?
fuck is he gonna do? He's not gonna listen to this. He's not gonna listen.
Not
to this.
only is he not gonna listen to this, but what the fuck is he gonna do? Get mad at you and not talk to you for a couple days?
I mean, Dad lots of stuff.
No, he wouldn't even do that. He wouldn't give a shit.
I love Dad so much.
Yeah, of course you do. Who doesn't?
He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I've even talked to him about it. He's got to remember because I've talked to him about it multiple times. That he keeps on thinking that it's you that stole his weed, so you probably did too.
Oh, I did, yeah.
But there was a time that me and Bridget were stealing his weed, and I got Bridget to do it.
Yeah.
Originally. But then she was stealing a lot more than what I thought her and I were doing. Like, we were stealing weed together, but...
And then she was stealing weed on her own.
And then when I went
and then Jenny was stealing weed.
And then I told her, I told her, like, here, this is where, let's go get some. And she's like, okay. And she's like, oh, I already knew about this. And it's like, oh, okay. So then I took more, thinking, like,
oh my God, you guys,
she's going to get in trouble for it, right? And then I went, like, whenever I went back to get more, and it was, like, a note saying, stop stealing my weed on a bright
from
sticky
Dad?
note. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It was Dad's, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I did that. Yes, I wrote that.
Back when weed was illegal and it was hard to actually, like... When you had to pay... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a thing to get weed. It wasn't just go to the dispensary and be like...
Are you kidding?
You know what?
I can't believe
if I dropped that in the post, okay.
Dickhead.
Serious.
Yeah. Fucking asshole. That's why
of course you're going to notice.
Dad,
it's not like stealing a cigarette out of a carton.
I just want to tell Dad right now that I'm so sorry for stealing your weed when I was a kid, because I didn't realize what it was. Even though now, I mean, like, he's growing 8.5 pounds at a time. So thanks for the weed, Dad. Love you so much for contributing to my delinquency my entire life, basically, right?
Right.
My father. I love you. I stole lots of weed from you at one point.
I only did it one time. I only stole weed from our parents.
I stole it from him like multiple times. So
well, it sounds like you and Bridget had your own little dispensary your entire fucking childhood.
Yeah.
Probably.
Good for you guys.
We got it from other people too. We sometimes switched it around. Anyway, not a big deal.
Well, good. Fun
Love
for
you, Dad, so much.
Thank you. Thanks for the weed, man.
Thanks for not beating my ass back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
I love you.
So then we got through school and fucking graduated from Canby Union High School in 2006.
Just like just like the rest of us.
Yes, just like the rest of us.
What was your song? Do you remember?
No.
Your graduating song?
It was something about wings.
Ours was some Kenny Chesney song.
See,
but we were able to vote for it, and everybody voted for Not Another Brick in the Wall, and they ended up going with the second most popular vote, which was some Kenny Chesney song.
I keep on mixing up the 8th grade song and the high school song were kind of similar. Mm-hmm. One was about wings, and one was about not, like, faith in the wind or something. Like, so they were both very, like, similar-ish.
I see.
And it was like, I don't really know which
they were both probably by R. Kelly.
I honestly didn't really
give a shit.
The people that were next to me and the people that, like, you know, vibed with me and was standing there, that was the people that I freaking cared about the whole time. Mm-hmm. At the end, it was like, I lost soccer. That was fucked. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just kind of luckily to be standing here right now because Mom didn't think I could do it and Dad didn't think I could do it, and now they're not going to look.
So what things happened before you left high school that were important that changed your life? Hurting yourself.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Pa passing away.
How old were you when that was going on?
16.
So that trip to England was before or after?
Right after.
Right after. It was like a trip that Mom wanted to go on and get away and stuff, and you went with.
Yep.
Fun. Okay. Yeah,
and
Pa passed away.
And saw, and I can't remember who we went and saw that trip, and I still can't remember their names.
Who?
Cynthia.
Sylvia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Alan.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's who we went and saw that trip.
That's like the only person we hadn't ever got to reconnect with or whatever, but I don't know how to.
So. I lost my wallet and my passport and everything on the train. And Dad kept telling me, do not, and Mom too, do not set that down. Yep. And I did. When we got off the train, I was like, I set down my purse with the passport, and Dad got back on the train, found it, got off the next one, came back, got off.
Oh my God, Patty, I'd be so fucking pissed off at you asshole.
He did it so fast though, it was like, how did he just get from that last stop, switch trains, and get back on this one? It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Me and Mom were both like, "Oh shit, that was fast."
Yeah. Little did he know he'd be a much better transient than that.
But he got off with it like this, like he was doing something, you know. It was good.
Crazy. Okay, so what's next? What happened next? What's after high school? What'd you do after that?
After that, I moved to Oregon City. With Amy and Elijah, who just passed away 2 years ago. Yeah. And, worked at Sherry's.
That was a weird time. I didn't hang out with you and didn't see you a lot during that time because I didn't like the people that you were hanging out with necessarily.
No,
you know what I mean? I don't know. It was like, no, I didn't want to hang out with those people.
No, it wasn't the best time.
We kind of worked together. Did we work together for a little bit at Sherry's, or you came right after me?
Right after.
But you lived nearby when me and Mom both worked at that Sherry's.
Yes, and I would always came there, and my friends that I was living with worked there.
And Amy and all those people.
Yeah, and I was babysitting for Rebecca when she was working there, when you guys were, and then you guys stopped working there, and then Rebecca was like, okay, and I was like, well, I need another job. I need a job because I'm not getting paid enough and just that kind of thing.
Yeah. Our friend Rebecca that worked there at that Sherry's, well, she was our friend, both us and Mom, and she died just a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Well, we've been together. We went up there to Sherry's to do a thing. And you didn't come with. Jason. I think that Mary came.
I didn't
It's been a couple years.
You
didn't go?
No. It was one of those things that
Yeah, well, that's okay. I went and Mom came.
Yep.
That was really sad.
You guys were there, and then so that's why I was okay that I was okay with myself not being there.
Yeah.
Because you guys were there.
Sherry's was a fun job. You worked there for how many years? Do you remember?
2.
Yeah. I worked there for 3, and Mom worked there for at least 3. Mm-hmm. But we all kind of worked there. You worked with Mom. Mm-hmm. I didn't work with you.
Right.
But I worked with Mom, and I started there. Yeah. Actually, I and Sallow was there first.
Yes, Sallow.
And then I came, and then me and Sallow were friends, and I knew Sallow for a year or 2 more than Mom.
Yeah. But in reality, you started there first. Sallow came into the family later.
Yeah.
Which then, in turn, puts him first. He wasn't part of the family when you started working at Sherry's.
No, he and I were friends first.
Right.
Yes.
I was just, I guess I could have said it just like that to clear it up.
Yeah,
Sallow wasn't part of the family
I knew Sallow before anybody else.
Yeah.
I knew Sallow before anybody else. Yep. And Mom and Sallow, well, Sallow has a bunch of brothers, and they're all very good-looking brothers and all kinds of stuff. And Sallow had to leave. Sallow left. When I was there and I was supervising, Sallow had to leave in an emergency, and he and I had been friends already. Mm-hmm. He had to leave in an emergency and go back to Mexico, and his dad had died. Mm-hmm. So he was gone for a little while, and then when he came back, Mom was just starting there too.
Yeah.
So I had already known him and worked with him, and he had to leave for a thing, and then while he was gone, Mom came to start working.
Right.
And then she came, and they worked together, and I left.
Yep.
And then Mom and him got together and lived happily ever after until...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until it was no... So anyway, I did know Sallow for first.
The most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then, after I left, Patti came along.
Yep.
Did you work with Sallow there?
I did.
You did? Okay, so we just missed each other thing then.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. I worked with a bunch of them. Yeah. I worked with Rebecca too.
Yeah, you worked with Rebecca and
she was my manager.
People. Yeah. Tracy.
Yep.
Tracy, who looks awesome right now, by the way. She looks younger than she did when I worked with her for some reason, but that's good for her.
But then also, Sallow would make my milkshakes and shit for me when I came in after my knee surgery when you worked there.
Oh yeah.
So there had to have been a few years between the 2 or something.
I don't know. I worked there for a long time.
Because I worked there when I was 18. I started when I left Dad's house.
Yeah.
Right after Mom left. That all happened really fast.
Yeah.
Me graduating and then going to school or going to Sherry's all happened really fast.
Yeah. We just missed each other then, unless we actually worked for a minute together.
I don't think we did.
I don't know either, but I worked there till Anna was big. Did you work with Tim?
Yeah.
Tim was fucking ginormous. He was
that's the thing. He also used to bring me stuff when I was not working there. When I was still a kid, he would still bring me stuff. That's how I remember him. He'd bring me like a burger on the side. Huh. He'd be like, "Come and slide it over to me across the table," and I'd be like, "Eat it." And he'd be like, "Don't say anything. Just eat it. Get rid of it. Tell me. I'll walk by and grab it later."
Yeah,
that was the best ever. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody there that knew you and Mom and everything that.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I made some good friends there for a long time. A lot of friends. We had a lot of fun the whole time we worked there.
Yeah.
I met Mary through Sherry's. Mary Norman, Maines now.
Yeah.
And she was when I met Mary, she was newly pregnant with Madison. And Madison's like 16 or 17 now.
Yeah.
Just barely under Anna. And I met Mary's sister, Sherry, and their daughter, Whitney, right around at the same time, too. And Whitney just graduated from high school as well.
It's crazy.
So I met Mary's sister, and we've been passing each other for a long time in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Because Whitney came to kindergarten when Anna was there getting ready to go to first grade, and the new kindergarten kids were coming in to see how it worked.
Right.
Whitney was there. I'm like, hey, I'm Mary's friend. And she's like, hi, nice to see you. And now she just graduated from high school.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how long I've known these people. That's how long, it's a lot. That's like a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've seen any of those people. The last time I saw Mary's sister was Sherry.
Yeah.
Was when they had that. It was like an awareness gathering of something for her daughter's seizures.
We were trying to fundraise some money for them.
Yes. And
to try
that
and
was
get to go to a special hospital for seizures.
Right.
For Whitney.
How do you remember how old she was?
I don't remember. I'm not very good with time. I don't remember how long ago it was or anything. It's been a few years since we've seen her, but I've talked to her and Mary both a lot in the last year and a half. It's been a little bit since I've talked to them.
Yeah.
But when my mom passed away, it was... Well, we went to their mom's funeral, which was like a year and a half before my mom's.
Okay.
So, and we saw them there.
I don't remember that, and I don't know why I don't remember that.
Maybe you didn't go with me. I'm pretty sure you went with me.
I may have. I may not have. I may have been working, because that could have been... I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, they were big support for me when my mom passed away. And sometimes now when I put my own stuff up, they'll send me a message or something later.
Oh, yeah.
Privately or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, just something nice to not necessarily for everybody. Something just for you.
Yep.
I love you, whatever,
Or just check in. They'll try and check in. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to check in on Johnny. It's been a minute since we've talked to Johnny, too.
I talked to him just not too long ago.
Did you? That's
kind
really
of,
good.
Yeah. So.
We're talking about Johnny Favre, who was also part of the farm bunch, too.
Well, yeah, he was. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah. He didn't live down there as much as all the other kids, but he was down there as much.
Oh, yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, he just lost his
He was my
stepdad.
favorite one because he wasn't all... I don't know. He wasn't down there as much.
Yeah.
He was a weird age like I was. I wasn't a big kid and I wasn't a little kid. And I wasn't a boy. It was way more boys than there were girls, but Johnny was a weird age, and he wasn't there a lot, so he didn't fit in with the Tchotchke boys and Casey, who were all there all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So Johnny would come down, and he was exactly my age, and he wasn't, we were, and Leah too, but she didn't come down as much. So anyway, so me and Johnny hung out because we're the same age. And
Who was did you ever hang out with Johnny?
Johnny Favre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hung out with him like you hung out with him, or no?
Hers was Nathan.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan was your cousin.
Nathan
buddy.
was my best friend.
And who is he to Johnny?
Cousins, just like all of us.
Cousins?
Yeah.
Close cousins? Like his...
Nathan is
Nathan's
Naomi's son.
They're exact cousins because they're his mom and his dad are brother and sister.
Perfect.
So they are exact cousins.
I got you.
First cousins.
Yep.
For sure.
We're like second or third cousins, but still very much so blood related because we have grandparents in common and stuff.
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah. So we're all definitely the same blood, but they're even more because their parents are.
Yeah. As like close as they can be.
Yeah,
I have my mom's blood in the whole family.
Yeah. Well, those boys are cousins in the same way that
we are.
Anna and
brother and sister.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, all cousins. We're all fucking cousins. Yeah, we're all fucking related.
All fucking cousins.
We've
cousins from the farm.
For fuck's sakes, cousins.
River cousins.
Oh my god. All our grandparents and grandparents are all fucking related to brothers and sisters. Yes, we're all cousins.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so...
My cousin Grandpa.
So, but like I was saying...
My monkey's uncle.
Like I was saying, there was age brackets of kids. There was the big kids and the little kids. Patti and Bridget and Nathan were all the little kids, but Bridget stayed out of that shit.
Yeah.
Because Bridget liked to hang out with, like, the big kids because she was smart.
She wanted to hang out with, like, Sarah
or
and
Rose.
stuff. And,
with their mom,
that were, like... running the place or making bread or
Bridget.
Yes.
God,
like
she's
our
an old
cousin,
lady,
our cousin
girl.
Sarah, Job and Johnny and and Peter's sister. She was like the valedictorian of school in high school and stuff. Yeah. And she and Melissa Carnegie, Missy Carnegie, Amanda's oldest sister, they would always compete against each other in school.
Oh, yeah.
Valedictorian and stuff, and they were, like, always competing against each other with everything. It was just kind of a thing.
Huh.
And Amanda's family always got upset because Sarah beat Missy in everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Sarah's older than me. I didn't go to school with her like 1 year, I think. So, you would have been a little kid when Sarah was in school.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you remember any
of that.
The
only thing I remember, Sarah, I was her flower girl for her wedding.
Uh-huh. Not Sarah.
Yeah.
Gretchen.
Nope, Sarah.
No, Gretchen.
No.
As well.
Sarah's first. Bridget was Gretchen's. I was flower girl for Sarah's first wedding with. His name was Lucas. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Bridget.
Bridget was flower girl for Gretchen. Yeah.
I don't remember Sarah's first wedding very well.
I only remember it because I was a flower girl. That's the only reason why I remember. You probably were able to take time off. Mom was busy with other shit.
Has Sarah had weddings since that one?
She's married now.
Well, then it's okay that you don't remember it.
Well, it was so long ago. It's like 20-something years ago.
Is this the third wedding?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, these are about her personal show.
I'm not actually sure, but I just remember that because she picked me as her flower girl, and I was like so excited about it. And it was like the one girly thing that I did as a kid.
Yeah. I never got to be
so I remember that as and I was the tomboyest of tomboys. Okay,
right.
So the fact that somebody chose me to be their flower girl, it meant a lot.
Cute. Well, you're just the right size. They already had the dress picked out. Yeah. What little girl can we find to wear this dress?
Like,
what about
shit.
Bridget?
We got
I wonder.
Patty.
She's too
that's
big.
it.
We're gonna have to take Patty.
I'm sure that was a part of it. I can't even.
No.
I was the dirtiest little kid ever.
No. I imagine you were a bit of a tomboy.
She totally
was.
She
was such a tomboy. I am a tomboy. If we could just be clear.
It's
I try not to be now because I'm an adult. But
yeah, it's just I like it.
Yeah,
whatever. It's not even like a tomboy.
It's just not. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
It's just not girly.
Yeah.
Fine.
I can see why you call Anna Patti and Patti Anna all the time because it's like the same fucking person, just different age.
Well, that's what Mom used to do. Casey, Jenny, Bridget,
Patty. Whatever the fuck your name is.
Yeah.
Get over here.
When I think of
the
Patti,
one person I'm not trying to yell at.
When I think of Patti as a person, when I think of Patti, I don't think of Patti like this. I don't think of like when she pops in my brain. She's not this size person. She's like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Patti, like a little kid, and that's why I guess I don't know. Cause same with Anna, same age, like all blonde little kids.
Heaven is for real kind of thing. That's how you view Patti.
I don't know. I do it a lot though. When you're not around, it's Patti and Anna constantly. I don't know why, but yeah, that's
cute.
weird.
What dreams may come is what I meant to say.
Oh.
What dreams may come kind of thing where that's how you view Patti.
I don't know. That's a very complicated movie.
So
let's not get into that shit. We've had too much to drink already. Okay, so then what? Then what were we at?
Where are we at?
We're after high school.
Yeah,
and
you had just...
We're past Sherry's.
Out of high school, got done with Sherry's.
Yep. Hanging out with groups.
Ended up moving with an old boyfriend to Tigard.
An old boyfriend?
Long time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, how did
he wasn't an old boyfriend at the time. He was like a new boyfriend.
Well, I moved with a boyfriend to Tigard. For a long period of time, and that's when we had that whole other experience where we were like neighbors. God. We all lived in but you and Mom were roommates in Tigard at an apartment, and I was your neighbor. Yeah, that was so that's fucking amazing.
So the thing about we stopped. I didn't hang out with you a lot. Well, also because I had little kids.
Right.
And it was really, I didn't hang out with a lot of people when I had little kids because who the fuck wants to hang out with a bunch of little kids? Right. But even though my little kids were sweet, adorable, awesome little kids, and they were the only two, so they knew how to sit with adults.
Yeah.
So they could sit and have conversations and stuff, but, I mean, like, it's hard to take kids places, and, nobody wanted to hang out with you and your fucking kids at home.
Right.
You just don't want to do that. Let's go out and party, because everybody's that age or whatever, So we just didn't do that.
Yeah, I totally did that whole age.
So then, when James and I split up and we moved over to Tigard and stuff, me and Mom actually got an apartment in the same complex as you and Jermaine, and then Matt moved in very shortly after, because Mom was going to Mexico. That was one of the best
times ever. I'm just
that was fun, because we were neighbors, kind of. We could, from our front porch, which we didn't hang out on, because it was a shitty porch. It's just a front door. From our front porch, we could look into your back porch, which is where you hung out.
And I could stand out on my back porch and talk to you, be like, hey.
Was that from the front porch?
From the front porch, we could see
in my back porch, yes.
So the place that we hung out, we just looked down the hill. We didn't know what Patti was doing.
That's right, because we were walking. I remember. I remember Patti walking up the hill.
And you guys be like,
hey, Patti! Hey, where's Jermaine? Hey, Jermaine! As soon as Jermaine was in
because I was up here on the hill and he was
and he's 10,
20 feet below. Oh,
Jermaine is especially black. Like, there's dark-skinned and then there is Jermaine.
Dark.
And, and at night, I actually could not see him when he was walking with Patti. Like, I could see Patti's glow, but I couldn't see Jermaine until he looked up at me and started talking. Because he had these big pearly whites and these big bright eyes. And I was just like, holy shit. And that's not saying anything except for the fact that I couldn't fucking see him. And it surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah.
How long were you and Jermaine together?
2008 to 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost 7 years.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's almost as long as me and James.
Brian and I have been together like a year and a half or 2 years longer.
Yeah.
Is that both of your longest relationships then?
Brian's longest relationship as well.
That's awesome. That's where Jenny and I are too. It took me quite a bit longer to get there, but
no, it didn't. It took me a hell of a lot longer to get there, and it took you. You only had to get like 3.5 years. I had to get like 8.5.
No, I had to get like 8.5 years to be your longest.
Yes, I had to get 8.5 years for you to be my longest relationship.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it took a long time. We got there.
Yeah.
This year we're together 10 years.
Yep. Holy shit.
I know, yeah. This July, 10 years. Not married, but together.
Yeah.
And then June will be 6 years married already.
Yeah. Damn.
Which means that Patti, Bridget and Zach are like,
8?
If we're 6 years, they're 8 years married and like 10 years, 11 years
you
together.
And Zach just figured this out.
We did, but it's a long time. We've all been with our people for a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it has been a long time.
Yeah, I know. Real. It's crazy. I'm glad it needs to stay like this. I can't handle much more change.
Yeah.
I like the change. I like moving. I like what we do. I love what we do. We just spent 7 days at the Bullock household.
Yeah.
And that was a little too long for me. I was so excited just to get back out on the road and drive and listen to our book and be on our own and just enjoy the adventure. And then we got to go back, and that makes me kind of sad. But and
it's not being at the Bullocks. It's just being at home
that's
working.
Not it.
And
not just that. It's being there. Just being like, okay, here we are. We got shit. Yes, the work part. We're here. We got stuff to do.
We're here at work where we are.
And I wanted very badly to get some shit at the shop done. I needed to paint. I needed to do it for myself to solidify my position there and my feelings about staying there for as long as I can. And I need to make it look as best as it can to produce some fucking money for me so I can do what I want to do.
Right. Yeah. And we tore up that shampoo
and it looks fucking amazing, and I'm very glad that we did it. So being there for like a week and a half, it was a really long time, and I'm glad that we made this choice, because since we've been moving every 4 or 5 days, I don't want to sit for much longer than that, because that's too fucking long.
Yeah.
7 days to sit somewhere, that was too long for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean about it or nothing. No. I'm just like, and I love our friends. It's so fun. I love getting to wake up in the morning and have a whole routine with Jen where we get the dog and she comes out and has coffee and a joint in the morning. Like, how nobody gets to do that. Nobody has a job.
A routine now too, because I'll go in, and I'll use the restroom, or look to see what's going on with the restroom, and if nothing is going on with the restroom, then I'll use it.
Yeah.
But Harley will usually be out.
Right.
And Harley now waits at the door for me to go out And she waits to come into the house with me. She
Yeah.
comes with me to the motorhome until I go back out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or we'll message Jen and say, Mernin.
Yeah. So in the week and a half that we were there, we already like built this routine with our friend, which is really super fun. I love that in the morning, like getting up like that every morning and hanging out. Like every day is like a party day. There's nothing to even fucking worry about. Everything's totally fine, you know?
That's
and
good.
but then the poor dog is gonna be freaking out.
Yeah.
That we're not there in the morning. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I was thinking about that
She's
too.
gonna be so upset. But anyway. Oh shit, what were
It's not about us though. It's about Patty right now.
Totally is about Patty, but why did we get there?
Oh man, we lost it.
It's good.
We
It's
lost
good.
it, and that's okay.
It's good. It's good to just talk, and it doesn't even matter.
And
Yes, the whole fact that we're here hanging out is totally
We were
fine. It
talking
doesn't
about
matter
our
who
people,
or what or
ultimately.
what's going on.
Our
It's
people?
totally fine.
And change and
the
needing
change
to keep
thing.
them
The change thing. Yeah,
and
like
being together for a long time.
I do like the change of this lifestyle that we do, but I don't want any more change of people coming in and out. People coming in and out is really hard.
Well,
People-
that's a for sure thing.
People coming in is fine. It's easy to let people in unless people are gonna be shitty and go right out.
See,
like boyfriends.
it's
I'm just saying. I'm saying like boyfriends. Like I'm talking about maybe
Yeah.
Anna and boyfriends, and I'm not talking about
Anybody or anything.
Tristan. I'm talking about the last one that was like in and
Oh,
out, like
don't-
trying to build a relationship, and then it's like out. You
No,
know, but then
yeah.
this new one, like,
See,
I hope it
I'm
sticks
on
around
a-
for a little bit because I don't want any more in and outs of relationships.
Yeah.
You don't
All of our
gotta.
friends are doing in and outs of relationships.
Anna
and stuff.
is young,
Yeah,
and
but,
you need to
you
expect
know,
in and out. So.
I think you guys need to be happy with what the relationship you guys have.
We do have one.
And the closest people, other than Anna, your siblings and your adult friends and stuff are all doing good, right? So, no, maybe
No,
not.
none of our adult friends are doing good, except for Jen and Jake. They're fine. Everybody else is fucking fucked right now.
Oh,
So no, everything is all
Well,
fucked up
that
everywhere.
sucks.
So let's skip past that. No, I'm sick of the in and outs of people.
my whole in and outs of people lately is just people passing away,
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
and so the in
Yeah.
and outs of people otherwise is not a thing.
Yeah,
for
but
me.
yeah, I don't know what I got into that about, but
So, yeah, I guess it's a whole different thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit going on right now. There's just a lot
There
of shit
is.
going on right now.
There's a lot of
You just
life
can't.
changes.
You just can't like put a bunch of. You can't put a bunch of responsibility on someone that you don't know. And when your friend brings somebody in and you just kind of giving them a chance, give them a chance, but try not to put a bunch of effort in like important shit on that.
I'm not. I don't even mean
Because
that. I mean,
because
like,
they're
can I
maybe
get
not
out?
going to be
Yeah.
there.
I
And
just
then also
mean like
life
not
just
talking to my
happens so
brother
fast.
for a year and then seeing him and stuff like that. I mean that kind of stuff and in and out.
Yeah.
So let's
yeah.
get past that and move back on to something else. Where were we at?
Oh man, we just kept going back to that. So
know,
we need
I
to
know.
just completely change the direction, really.
You met Bri, and
Yeah.
that's all good now, right? So
Yeah.
fuck Jermaine.
Yep.
It's fine. Fuck that
Yep.
guy. Wouldn't say his last name or nothing, so that's great.
The best
Me
thing about
too.
Bri, we knew Bri just a little bit before that because we
Yeah.
always hung out at the same
Mhm.
pool. I worked with his wife or girlfriend
Yeah.
at the time.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
didn't even have a kid at the time or anything like that.
No.
But me and my friends would always talk about it.
Yep. You have to say it out loud.
If we're gonna get that guy over there,
Yeah.
he's got a really pretty decent person, and
Yeah.
I feel like she treats him like crap, and maybe we should hang out with it, like that kind of thing.
Right.
And yeah, I feel like eventually it worked out.
Obviously, you guys are married now, so
Yep.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's
Good.
the best.
Yep.
Brian's the best in the whole world. I love him.
Mm-hmm. When you guys live up here
Yeah.
in Astoria.
The other night, he went to Walmart, went to the store, went to Fred Meyer, did a couple things, like, because he got to leave work early, and I stayed at work late and did this, whatever. He got a whole outfit for date night, and then came home with a giant outfit for date night, and was like, we're doing date night, you pick the day.
Yeah.
And I,
Nice.
like, chose the day, and, like,
What'd you guys do?
we haven't done it because,
Oh, what the fuck?
you know, Flo, who comes every month, and
Waiting.
those kind of things.
Yep.
But It was so cute. He came home with a whole outfit that's like, you know, the strong woman with like the
bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a rolled up sleeve, full on jean, leg, not skirt, but pant jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And it's the coolest thing ever.
For you?
Yes.
Or he's not wearing a denim jumpsuit?
He's not going to wear it, no.
Okay.
I'm going to wear it, but he bought me heels and necklaces and jewelry
and
everything and a mask and a hair tie that goes, everything goes perfectly. And I'm like, I put it all on and I was like, let's do this. And then I was like, well, it's kind of late. Caden come in the morning and get to work early. And then the next day it was like, Flo's here. Let's wait. Let's put it off. Put it off for a few days.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. That's
nice, though.
But Brian really is. He really is the best in the whole world. I love him so much. He really is so sweet. And he's working 2 jobs. He kicks ass.
So how did you guys meet?
We actually met when I was working at Safeway.
Safeway?
In Tigard. Mm-hmm. Before you and Mom came and worked or lived in Tigard.
Uh-huh.
So it was like 2009 when I first met Brian. Mm-hmm. Right before Caden was born.
Yep.
In 2012.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I knew him and Amanda, Brian and Amanda, before Caden was a thing or anything.
Yeah.
We all worked together.
Yeah.
But we never hung out or anything. I sold them weed.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
And then they had Caden and split up. And I was in Mexico. And I came back from Mexico. Mm-hmm. Didn't like what was going on when I came back from Mexico. So I moved in with Jake. Mm-hmm. And Brian and Jake were like next door neighbors in the apartment complex that they were living at.
Yeah.
So...
And that was that.
Yep, and I was working at the gas station right there at the end of the apartment complex, and Brian kept coming over, and I'm like, hey, come hang out. And I'm like, I have to close shop, and he's like, what time? I'm like, midnight, and he's like, okay, come hang out after.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
When
we just started hanging out every day after.
Yeah. When I was working out there at the cabinet shop, Tony and I drove past that gas station and those apartments. I was like, you remember Patti, who we went to go see? He's like, yeah. It's like, she used to live there and work right there. She put gas in a diesel car once.
Yes, I did. I almost got fired. See, that's the only thing. Like, all my jobs I've ever had, I either end up getting fired for something like I just like don't care anymore. Fuck off at work kind of thing. Or I actually do mess up randomly and I don't mean to. Like putting gas on the guy's truck.
Gas on a diesel.
Oh, he was mad.
That's what you got fired for, was it? You got fired for that?
That and the same day I failed my test.
Yeah, drug test. Oh, you peed dirty.
But that wasn't the whole reason.
Well, whatever. But...
They would have kept me if I didn't fuck up all the gas.
You just fucked up big time that whole day.
Yes.
The whole day.
It was the whole day. See,
yeah,
that's the thing. It's just the whole day.
The whole day.
I thought you kept your job after that.
No.
I thought they forgave you for that.
The whole thing that was messed up about the whole thing was that I wasn't even working at the job that I had. I was working at the gas station next door in the same town because the rest of the store was having a meeting and I was supposed to go cover for that store that was having the meeting. Well, I was fucking off that day. So I shouldn't have gone and covered for that store.
Right.
But I did and got in trouble. So...
What's fucked up is you got in trouble. You got fired for a dirty drug test and weed at a gas station.
Right.
It's like totally legal now.
No
you should go back and get
dude.
your job back. Be like, hey, that was fucking.
Like,
do you
if you don't
fired me?
work, if you don't work and like run the gas station,
right?
If you're not fucking off, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You worked there for quite a while though.
Yeah, I was there for a long time.
Yeah. All your jobs are at for fucking way too long.
You're
way too loyal.
My shortest job is 2 years.
Yeah, dude.
That's the shortest time I've ever had a job.
Dude, I worked at a place in West Lynn for like
literally walked out my second year, like exactly the one day, same day.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are assholes, and I'm not gonna do this anymore.
That could be.
And then I just go to another shit job.
What do you?
Did you pull it out of your ear?
No. Carpet.
No.
I found this thing in the carpet that my foot was rubbing up against, and I don't know if I should
Get rid
smoke
of
it
it.
like it's shatter, or if
Throw
I should
it.
eat it like it's frosting.
Throw it away. What the fuck are you talking? Gross.
I would never do that. That's disgusting.
No. Oh yeah, I don't even know how you
That's
picked
horrible.
it up.
What
Like
the
you
fuck
thought
was
about
that?
it.
It was like a
Right.
rock.
Why would I ever eat that? It was soft. Who knows what it is? And I don't even fucking like frosting, so why would I
go
try
wash
that?
your hands now.
It's not sticky.
I don't give a fuck. Go wash your hands.
Well, let me find the other one rolling around down here. If I'm gonna wash my hands after one, I might as well wash my hands after the second too.
It could be silica from those little packages.
Why
You're
is
making
would
me
there
gag.
be silica?
I
Did you
don't
try
know.
to eat one?
No,
And they tell you don't eat them.
no. But I ordered some.
Oh.
Something came in the mail.
What if the dogs ate them?
I don't think it is. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I don't think that's what it is. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
Okay, I can't
You
find
dying,
it
Patty?
now.
It's
Oh, poor
gross.
Patty.
I'm trying not to gag.
Oh no.
Oh, with
It's
silica?
okay. It's fine. Just don't put
Yeah.
it in anyone's drink or anything.
No.
It's in the guy.
Garbage.
Matt, you're so mean. Look at you're giving Patty a thing now. She's freaking out. Look at
Made me
she's
hot.
dying. Stop.
Oh
It's
man,
gross.
that's so funny. I didn't know
You
that
made me
was a
gag
thing
for like
Patty.
2 minutes. I was like, you guys weren't even paying attention. I was just gagging in my sleep. Like,
I'm so sorry I missed that. I wish you were recording this different.
With a fucking camera.
Yeah, I thought about doing like an
Oh.
over-the-shoulder shot with the camera, but
yuck.
very
My,
much so I
cheeks
moved
hurt
too
from
much.
smiling too much. It hurts. My face hurts. Okay, so what were we talking about before
Me
that?
going to
fucking
wash my
mess?
hands.
Yeah, go wash your fucking hands. God, get out of here. That shit. Patty, what were we talking about? Talking about meeting Brian.
Yes.
Talking about meeting Brian and working at the gas station, getting fired for a dirty fucking drug test.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
should
then-
go through that. That's
And
fun.
then what was after the gas station job?
and I moved.
Little Caesars.
Well, yeah, I went to Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
And, yep.
You
I
were there
was
for 2
living with
years.
Jake. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And was in Tigard still,
Yep.
but just different apartment, different
Yep.
whole scenario.
Yeah.
You guys were already out in Albany and
Mhm.
stuff.
And you went to Beaverton after that.
Yep.
But then,
No, that was right in between the two. That was
Oh.
right. We just skipped that. We just skipped Beaverton.
okay.
And then so after
and
that,
out here.
Yep.
We left Little Caesars and came out here
Yes.
to wherever we are.
We went to Warrenton.
Warrenton.
Yep.
Mhm.
We went to Warrenton, and then we got married.
Mm-hmm.
Like a year and a half after that.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Yep.
Yep.
And Brian proposed to you after.
Terry Lynn's funeral.
And Terry Lynn was who?
Terry Lynn was Dave's wife.
So mom's cousin's wife.
Mom's
so a
cousin's
cousin,
wife.
another cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Dave and Terry Lynn my whole life growing
Yeah,
up and
yeah.
stuff. That was, I don't know why they just always gave me that loosey goosey hippie vibe
Yeah.
that I always felt
Just
mom
'cause
and
they were
dad
all
had, but
always
they
out
just
doing a bunch of drugs and shit.
yeah, but then mom and dad had the same thing. They just couldn't ever show it because they were working so hard and trying to keep whatever,
Yeah.
everything else going on. Well, there was a time too, like mom and dad were always at soccer and stuff, and then all of a sudden, they just weren't. Mom wasn't there all the time, like she was working more and at Sherry's and stuff. All those things, it was like weird things that like started happening at the end of
High school.
yeah.
She got real
basically.
weird for you at the
Yeah.
end of high school for sure.
Yeah. I
Her
think that
parents
just
had
kind of
given up.
changed. That just kind of
My
changed
parents didn't
stuff
wanna
for
be
me.
together
Like I
anymore.
didn't really ever like expect anything. It was always just kind of like whatever happened.
Yeah.
It didn't really ever make a difference. Whatever happened, like it just didn't matter what anybody else did.
Yeah.
Like you're doing your own thing with the kids, and I
Yep.
tried that for a little bit, and then like Bridget and all that, and like it just didn't really ever work out. And then moving out here to Warrenton and stuff, I was just kind of like on my own with Brian,
Yeah.
and then his family,
Yeah.
and that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot easier to deal with your own family than it is to deal
Somebody
with
else's fucking family. Like you fucking deal with your
Yeah.
family and I will deal with mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to deal with yours, or when it comes to mine, I'm not dealing with mine either, and you can fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Family shit is hard.
Yeah. It is
Family
hard.
shit is really hard.
Totally.
And your personal shit is hard. There's a lot of shit that we're skipping out on just so we don't have to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Brian's always, like, honestly, he's always really been there. He's been there for me. Every time I've ever had an issue or been worried about something or, like, just had a week or two.
Yeah.
I needed just my own time. He has given it to me, you know? So he has manned up and done whatever he needed to do.
Yeah.
To let me not have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. So that's been really good to have that, because otherwise I don't know what I would be doing. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be shitty otherwise.
Yeah. 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 I'm not quite sure where we're going with that, or if we're talking about right now.
Or just
in general. Just in general,
with
with how hard
life
gets as an adult.
Yeah,
and
Brian's good. He's a supportive husband,
is
what you're saying,
supportive,
right? Yeah,
and he
all the time.
Yeah,
of course
and I can rely on the fact that he is there.
Totally.
You know?
Yep.
And as long as I communicate with him and say, hey, I'm going to hang out with my sister tonight and do whatever, he's going to be there to be like, okay, yep, I got you.
Yeah, he's always good
Carry
about that
on,
kind of stuff.
And you got it, and I'll see you in the morning, or I'll see you later, and we will talk through it then.
Yep.
He's always given me that extra time that I need.
That's good.
Because it's been a rough fucking couple years.
Yeah, it has.
Totally.
Yeah, it has.
So having his support has been super helpful, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't depend on your mate, your partner, your husband, then it's not...
Right.
It's not easy.
Yep.
So, Yep. So you guys have been married. So you guys got married down at the farm.
Yep.
We're talking about that the farm would come up again. You guys got married, when was it?
This is 2016, September 2016.
September what?
3rd.
Oh my God, you almost didn't know. No,
I thought you said, it's
September 3rd.
Yeah.
September 3rd.
I was just thinking it's already been...
what?
16.
Oh, 5 years.
Yeah. It's almost...
Is that right, this year?
This September, it'll be 5 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just got married just a year after us.
Yeah.
A year and a half after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember,
not even a half, a year and
a
month or two. Yeah.
I remember being so mad when Zach and Bridget got married before us, because we'd been talking about it for so long, and James had still been dragging his feet about the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point in time where Jenny, she wanted to talk about getting married, and I said, no, I'm done talking about it until you're fucking divorced. Because it's just breaking my heart every time we talk about it, and I can't do something about it.
Right.
And then it made me so mad when Zach and Bridget could get married, when that's what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to get married so bad, and we couldn't because somebody else was dragging their feet. And here's the other sister. I'm just like, motherfucker, that should have been us going first. And it wasn't even like... Everybody else got to get married already.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I had never been married, and I was excited to be married.
Patti hadn't been married yet either.
No.
She hadn't been married yet.
No.
No.
Hopefully it'll be the one time. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's good.
It was like the best on where it was and when it was and everything was for a reason.
Can't. Nobody can get
I'm
married
gonna leave
again.
it like that.
You can't get married again. You can't get married again
Are you
without
kidding?
your mom. That can't happen.
Seriously.
No.
I feel that's why I'm always like thinking about Bridget, I think. It's like she had Paisley after mom.
That's it. That's the last. We can't do anymore like
No,
that. That's,
for real.
That fucking
So what,
kills
I'm not
Bridget,
having
like,
kids
constantly. You can. I mean,
No.
you should if it's
I
gonna
mean, I
happen.
want-
You're getting
I
kind of
want to.
fucking old now, Patti. I wouldn't do it if I were you.
It's not like I
Even
haven't
if you,
tried.
well,
so
I know. And
we'll just see
stop
what
trying,
happens.
'cause, man, you're old as fuck. 33, having a baby at 33.
I
Oh
am
my
not
God.
I do
dude.
want to say
Yeah, you
before
are.
we get too far,
What?
Mom
gone
had
it,
me at like 31.
is that I'm not mad about that anymore with
What?
the Bridget getting married before us.
Oh,
Like,
good.
it was
we did it in
definitely-
our own time. It was
totally,
perfect. We
totally.
paid 100% of all of our own wedding.
I love what we did, and I'm
Me
happy
too.
that we waited and that we did what we did. So
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
mad.
our own story.
It was just one of those like obnoxious things at the time.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that it's not a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lingering thing. Just I remember it being a thing at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about
We're
me,
over it
you
now.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
I just wanted to clear that up, just in case people were listening, and it's like, and are you still pissed off about that or no?
Yeah, yeah,
Who cares if people are pissed off?
Yeah, fuck them. But anyway,
your life.
I love Brian too. I love Caden. I do, and that's it. Just the two of them, and we don't have a relationship with his family, really. So I don't know.
No,
They're all
we
fine.
don't.
They always have been anytime we've hung out with them before, but I don't know them. So.
However, it's bullshit that we've only been clamming once.
I would like to go do that again. Clamming.
Yeah.
That was really fun. That was like the best time ever.
There's
the only reason
we always have John, but John is now in Vegas,
yeah.
which maybe we'll go and see him again.
He just had his 60th birthday. And
nice.
Yep.
You know, I feel bad that we didn't end up meeting up with him down there, but it just didn't feel right anyway, because we were with people. It was just a weird group of people, but you know, it's too bad that we didn't get to meet up with him. But hopefully, me and Matt are gonna go again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's just like you guys instead of like
yeah.
Hey,
let's just meet up for a drink on the way by.
Right.
That's been a conversation of Jenny. That's been a gripe of mine, if you will, about going to Vegas. Is we've always gone to Vegas with people that can't keep up with us, and so. Like, I want to go explore, and I want to see how much of it I can get done in a day, because that's a goal. And I love my friends, but you kind of hold me back from, like, my full potential and how far I can physically go.
Right.
Because you guys can't keep up with me.
Right.
And so I know that of all the people I've ever been with in my entire life, and the people that I surround myself with, my wife can keep up with me really fucking well. So yes, I want to go to Vegas with just my wife.
I love Vegas so much.
You like get to a point and then you're like looking back at your friends like, they're half a mile behind us.
We did that when me and Matt were in Vegas this last time, and people were at the bathroom or whatever. We're like, that wasn't what it was. It was something else. We said we were going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And they we didn't know where one was. Whatever the case was, we zipped ahead of our friends and left them for like a half an hour and circled around wherever we were doing and met them right back up. We like went on our own little adventure and came right back to where we were.
They're staying there waiting for you.
No, they weren't really. They were still not even all together yet. You know, like they hadn't gotten their shit together yet.
Right.
We went on a thing.
Yeah.
You know? So I want to go back to Vegas. We didn't spend a bunch of money when we were there before. We didn't smoke cigarettes. We didn't get drunk. We didn't do anything like that. We showed our friends all the fun places that we got to go, that we like to go. But I want to go.
That was way funner when it wasn't shut down or semi-capacity
I'm sure.
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Like the Heart Attack Grill, that disgusting fucking place. That place is fucking grotesque, but I love it.
Yeah, it was
so many funny
things
about that place.
Yeah.
You just gotta either mow it down or sit there for an hour and a half and try and eat it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, don't order a big burger, you idiots. Just order a regular sized burger.
The food there was the same. Just it was Jen and Jake's first time being there, and I wanted my experience to be Jen and Jake's experience, because my experience I thought was a very cool, fun experience there. And this time was so lackluster to the first time, and I was just like, my friends, don't let this be what you think of this place, because this is nothing. This is so boring.
Yeah.
It's like there's a midget up there dancing on a fucking pole, kind of.
A little person.
But there's it wasn't the same, and I look forward to things changing.
I would like to go back to Vegas.
I was thinking that
you guys should by yourself.
Want to so bad.
Go
I
by
want to.
And
it might be a little hot. And I don't really know if I want to leave the house somewhere with the dogs in it too.
That's another thing that I have a problem with. So there's 1,000 trails in Vegas, and there is a place to park at the
Circus.
Yeah. But something about there, like, I don't feel like my house is secure enough to leave it there for a minute.
So here's the thing, is that you might have to spend a tiny bit of money to actually make sure your shit's secure. Instead of staying at Circus, or instead of staying at the 1,000 Trails, maybe you gotta stay at the Mirage or whatever else you can find that has secure RV parking.
Yeah.
So, and it might be $80 a night, but it's still...
If we're just hanging out there for a couple nights, it's not so bad.
Yeah, we can come up with that. We can save that ahead of time,
yeah.
you know? So...
Make it on the way.
So, anyway, it's worth looking into because I do want to go back. I would love to go back. I love Vegas. It's my happy place. I just enjoy the lights and I love the music. The last time we went, I think part of the reason I do like going with people so much is that... it's like somebody's first time every time we've gone so far. The first time it was Kim's first time and Rhonda had already been, and it's the hype of showing them what we already know and hanging out and just the excitement of it. And then the next time Jen and Jake hadn't gone and done what we did, and
they'd been to Vegas, but they hadn't explored
yeah.
Vegas the way that we did. They had never been to Fremont Street. They'd been to the new strip, but never the old stuff that you see in the movies. So that alone was an experience for them. So yeah, I would say that's a new experience.
Getting to be on vacation and hanging out with their friends. Mm-hmm. That's all, like, all fun, right? So
yeah.
Maybe that's why I like Vegas so much. That's all fun. Is that where I was going with that? This last one wasn't super exciting because there wasn't a bunch of music and stuff, but the first couple times with the music and all the stuff that happens on the strip.
Yeah. But you know, Uber was pretty rad, and the Uber drivers that you meet are actually really fun to talk to too.
They're kind of creepy. They fucking scare the shit out of me. Some of them are really scary.
Some of them are really scary, but that's when you're happy that you have a big group of people.
Right.
Yeah, you just before you go using things like Ubers and taxis and whatnots, you should watch the movie Bone Collector.
Creepy.
That's it. I'll leave it at that. Watch the movie Bone Collector, and you'll probably never take a taxi service again in your entire life.
Brian and I had this same kind of experience when we first got into Vegas and we took the taxi
because you went for your honeymoon.
Yes,
you went for your honeymoon.
We went for a honeymoon. Yeah, we went with this young girl, young. She was younger than we were, and she was driving taxi. Yeah. And it was like a little minivan type SUV thing. And she's like, yeah, my parents helped me get this because they've been in taxi service. And this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
How are you even old enough to be driving? She's like, well, I'm 18. Okay. So you've been doing this for 2 years and you're 18 now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it was one of those, Brandon and I kind of looked at each other like, oh. Yeah. Where do you guys want to stop anywhere? Where are we going? What's the destination? Do you guys want to stop at a bar, a restaurant, a mini mart? Do you guys need something to take on the way? You guys have everything you need? She was like the most professional little kid I've ever talked to in my life, and she was a taxi driver in Vegas. Right. Or not even a taxi driver, but like
Uber or whatever.
Uber, yeah.
Lyft.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, what? This is crazy. We don't even have this where we live.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was probably Lyft. Yeah.
I love Vegas, and I'm excited to get to go again. I really am excited to get to go again.
Yeah.
I do. I enjoy Vegas, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But we are also going to get to go to some other places, and maybe I'll find another favorite place. I don't know, but I really do like Vegas.
Yeah. Maxwell's is fun. Just
Maxwell's.
Just the bar Maxwell's.
Up in fucking Tigard?
In Lincoln City.
Oh my god. I was Carmichael's. In Tigard, that's immediately where my brain went. How weird was that? That was crazy. Maxwell's in Lincoln City, you're right. That is like my favorite bar because it has the best karaoke in the whole wide world.
Right, and some of the best karaoke singers that are actually...
Right, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Ones that you hear and you're like, motherfucker, I have to follow you every fucking time.
Yeah, for sure. So what's next, Patty? What's going on? What's happening next? What are you doing next with your life? Hanging out here until you know what the fuck is going on with your life?
Pretty much.
Getting kids through school.
Yeah.
Trying to get through school.
Trying to get Kate through school and me through the summer at work, basically. That's what my
Astoria River Walk-In is always looking for people to come and help clean.
Especially if you have experience as a head housekeeper or a housekeeper in general would be lovely.
Yeah.
Like sanitation.
If you can clean a room and wash your hair on a daily basis, we will welcome you to the Astoria River Walk-In.
If you don't smell like shit when you come in for work, you've got a job.
Matt and I are considering doing it for the summer just to make some cash. And I made a bunch of money. Last summer.
Yeah.
We could double that.
Yeah.
Double down.
2 times.
Double down, bitches.
2 times. But the only thing I'm concerned about is that fucking week-long thing in August. Because I want to go do that still.
Not only that, but...
Camping. Oh, yeah?
No, don't say that. You don't want to work for your boss.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
That's the nice thing about our lifestyle is if our employer doesn't like what we're going to do, I'm sorry. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And my feelings aren't going to be hurt. Please mail me my check.
Seriously, though.
Well,
Seriously.
And that's the fun part about that is like, hey, we have like a week-long thing that we're doing in August, and it's pre-approved. And so when it comes to that time, either you can say we're done with you, or you can hold on to us and you can just deal with it till we get back.
Okay, so do we have a family plan at all?
For what?
Coming up ever? In general?
Like a group thing with the family? No, there's no...
Like what?
I don't know. Like
nobody's
anything.
There is nothing.
Doing anything right now.
Nothing.
Okay. It'd just be so much easier if someone could just be like, okay, we're doing this at this time 5 months from now.
Like what?
Take it off.
Just,
I don't know.
Choose something, Patty.
Somebody make something up.
Do it. Say, hey, I want to do this on this date. And...
When do you want to take time off? We always have something going on.
I don't know.
If you want to... You can't ever take time off. I'm like, Patty, come do this. You're like, no, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't.
I don't know. It's just not enough time.
I can't tell you. I'm so sorry.
That's why you got to choose the time off.
You want to go to Florence this month, or...
And we have a camping trip in August in Bandon.
No, that's in Sun River.
You fucks. So you're coming back. You're coming back whether you want to or not. You still have to come back. So fucking
here, yes, in July.
Southern Oregon.
Okay. We are spending the 4th of July here for sure.
Let's not worry about work, Ben. This summer, you ass fucks. We're gonna come back and work this summer, but we got this, and this going on.
We gotta go back.
It's
and
like,
work
okay,
for the summer
we're
so
back
we
to
can
the
leave.
same shit that I deal with every day.
But here's the thing: we haven't actually decided what we are or are not doing. We don't know.
We don't
have a plan.
Though.
The only thing we do fucking know. Did we say something about where we're going on trips?
Possibly.
Did I say that?
Possibly.
We'll just have to go in and bleep it out. But anyway, oh shit. What was I saying right now?
Planning on
we
trips.
didn't have to worry about. I don't know what it was yet.
I don't know, you guys. I freaked myself out thinking about maybe I said something about where we're going. But all you gotta do is bleep that shit out. If it's even in there, and if not, then what the fuck? It's totally fine.
It's fine.
But anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's time to be done.
Yeah.
Patty, you know what? We didn't talk about all the shit that we've done together. We've done a lot of stuff.
I know. It was weak. We could have talked about a lot of shit, but it's a lot easier to get into what's happening now because we haven't seen each other for a minute. And
yeah.
I'm
just chit-chatting and stuff. Yeah. And just getting off topic.
That's a different...
It's easy to get off topic right now, too. Because, we never
even went back around to our trip to England together that we went on.
I know.
Which is fun because we went. You and I, do you remember how long ago that was? So Vegas was 4 years ago, which means that was 5 years ago.
Yes.
When?
2018?
No, it wasn't. No, it was before that. It was like
16.
5 years ago.
It was,
16.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was 5 years ago.
For me, it doesn't seem like it was really that long ago.
Did we go to Vegas first or to England first? I have pictures.
Vegas was 4 years ago.
We went to England, and then we came back, and you guys went to Vegas.
No, it would have been us going to Vegas, and then me immediately coming back and going to England. Is actually what I think happened. So if that is the case, that was 4 years ago. Which, man, that seems like it wasn't really that long ago. But I feel like that maybe is what happened. April.
Did you not just see pictures of England?
Yeah, no. But I saw Vegas. Our very first trip to Vegas just ended right now, and that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, was England the year before that, or just right after Vegas? We got back from Vegas April 8th, and I went to England April, May, June, 2 months later. Is that what happened?
I don't remember if it's the same year or not.
I think it's the year before.
You think it's a year, so 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm not actually really sure, but here's pictures. So I could look right here. Details, 2017.
So it was
4
only
years
4
ago.
years ago.
So we went to Vegas for the first time, and then immediately turned around and went to England.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went on a trip to England together 4 years ago because Nana passed away.
Yep.
And Dad's passport was invalid. And somebody had to go, and I had like 3 or 4 months left on my passport that I'd never used.
Yeah.
And Patty's was expired, but you went up to Seattle and got yours expedited.
Yeah.
And
Because I was not going to miss that.
Yeah, well,
fuck?
somebody had to go with me. I was going by myself. So then Patty and I hopped on a plane, thanks to Uncle Keith, who helped us do it all, and we went to England for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like 12 days or something that ended up being gone or some shit.
We were the last ones, our family, to see Uncle Paul.
Yep. So this is my dad's mom had passed away, and they waited a little while so that people could come. They waited a couple months to do her service and stuff. And we got to see all of our family. I hadn't been back in 27 years or whatever, and I had not seen half of that family. My uncle Keith had come the year before that, so that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But he had come the year before that, and it had been years since I'd seen him.
Yeah, right.
But my cousin Helen and cousin
Catherine.
no, Catherine never came. So Helen came to visit, and
Fergus. Duncan.
Duncan came to visit, and Minnie came to visit, but that's all the English, and Nana, but none of the other English people. We got to visit all of those people while we were there, and we got to go to Nana's funeral and read some stuff on our family's behalf, and it was
Jenny
all
did that
such
really good.
super awesome, fun, awesome, amazing trip. So lucky to get to go do that, and also horrible because we were there taking care of business and laying Nana to rest, and that's never fucking fun. Nobody wants to do that part of it, but we went and did that part, didn't we, Patty?
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy trip. We drug our suitcases around with us all over England. We went on every train on the fucking island, and we went to the Isle of Wight. We spent time with Minnie, and we went to every pub on the Isle of Wight, and
even the ones he couldn't go into, we tried to go into ones and try and get him to be allowed into ones.
Patty got me lost in Chippenham, where my Uncle Keith lives.
Super lost.
We got on a train to go and visit Catherine, wherever it was that she was living. I don't remember where she lived.
Bristol or
No. Because,
I
don't know.
Or Bristol?
I don't know.
Bristol?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know, but it wasn't far. So we got on a train and went and visited her for like dinner.
Yeah.
Had dinner with her and Auntie Heather. It was the only other time we got to see Auntie Heather there.
Right.
It was the first time in such a long time, and then when she came back, she came to visit.
Yeah.
But anyway, got on a train. What was I saying? Oh, and then we got back late into Chippenham, and we had some drinks and stuff, and Patty got us lost, and my phone had 1%, and we were headed in the right direction. I'm like, come on. She's like, no, this doesn't look like the right way. I'm like, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. She turned us around. We got lost. Oh, my God, Patty.
Yeah.
We had to call a cab.
Yeah.
Had to call a cab, and the cab was like, where are we going? We're like, we don't fucking know. We have no idea. I'm pretty
sure.
But
then I was like, wait, we have to go up on the top of the hill by the whatever the fucking tree. Yeah, there was I can't even remember.
There's a trucking
now.
Company up there.
Yeah,
There's a trucking company.
And I can't even remember what
company.
it is.
Where is
yes,
that? Like
that's what
up
it was.
here. Yes.
Siemens. That's the whole thing that made it an issue.
Yeah.
Because then we got the cab driver there, and I'm like, we have to go up on the hill to Siemens Trucking Company. Right across the street from that is where we need to go. And I'm like looking at Jenny and laughing because I'm saying like English American words to them that sounds dirty. Yeah, and this, what was he?
I have no idea.
I don't even know either.
I don't know.
What? He was not even English or anything.
No,
and
I don't know.
We're trying to tell him.
Yeah, he did get us home. Like
Jenny
he
was so mad at me. But then the whole thing was we got finally to the house. We finally got to the house. We got to Uncle Keith's house. And we couldn't get
in the fucking house.
We got in the house, but we
couldn't lock the door in the Like, Patty just pissed me off because at the end of it, she's like, "Wasn't that fun, Jenny? We're alive and it was an adventure." I'm like, "Fuck you!"
I was so
Fuck you. I'm going
excited
to
that
bed,
we
you
got
fucking
home.
asshole. God damn it.
And we're
Good night.
in the house, in the kitchen, pulling the door behind us, and we couldn't close it, and we couldn't lock it shut, and it just kept on opening, and we couldn't close it.
Do you
It was
guys like
so
put
awful.
a door next to it and tie a string to it?
No,
or what?
we ended up figuring it out, but
Yeah.
you have to. It required a key.
Yeah.
So a lot of the houses, a lot of the doors in there, you have to put the key in. It won't just lock. You have to put the key in and then lock it.
I see.
I don't know if it's a security thing
After
or what.
a very
but-
American drunken night lost in
Yeah.
England, you're trying to figure
got
out how to
lost
close
and I
this
was
damn
mad.
door without waking up your uncle as an
Like, oh,
adult,
why
and
can't
not
you-
being like, I'm the drunk bitch from America. Like, yeah, no, it was
Just
an
so
issue.
you know, those doors are illegal here, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right. Well,
You're not supposed to have doors that you can't get out of
Right.
easily. You have to be able to unlock
The
it
door
without
was,
a key.
it was frustrating, right? It wasn't
yeah,
just
no,
us.
it was
the
both
door
of
was
us. And we weren't that drunk by that point.
No, we
'Cause it was
were
late,
so
we'd been
upset
lost
because
for
we had
hours.
walked forever.
We had also like tried to explain to people where we were. Like, where are we?
Yeah,
and they're
we
like,
had-
I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
how
where
do you not
and
know
they're,
where
like,
we
laughing
are?
At us like
That one
silly
guy.
Americans.
There was a
He's
young
like
guy
a
that
young
we ran.
kid too.
Yeah, there was a young guy that we ran across, and I was like, I'm trying to get to this street right here, or whatever it was that I was trying to say to him. He's like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. What the fuck do you mean? Where do you live? He's like, not here. I'm like, what are you talking about?
How
It's the
come
middle
you're
of the
here
night.
right
What
now?
the fuck are you
What
doing?
are you doing here if you don't
I was
live
so
here?
confused about
Yeah.
his responses. Like, I was speaking another language.
I know.
He
You
was
were
a
so mad at
tourist
me,
as
I'm
you
sorry.
were.
But he wasn't. He very obviously lived nearby. He just couldn't get... When Patty and I would talk
Jenny
to
was
each other
upset.
in front of people, people would freak the fuck out. I remember...
Because you were yelling at him, or
No,
what?
I'm so sorry.
Yelling
No,
at her?
that's just a drunk thing. We
God
would
damn
drink
it,
the
Patty!
entire time. No,
God
no.
damn it, Patty!
Yes.
No,
And they're like,
no.
oh my god, these Americans, they're gonna fight.
That's not
Watch
true.
this.
So when we were out talking
The
to
loud
somebody,
one's gonna hit the cowering one.
when we were getting ready to get onto the ferry to go across the Isle of Wight, the girl that we talked to there said that they don't ever see Americans.
No. Like,
So it
no.
was very crazy
Yeah.
for us to be there and chit-chatting with people just like normal, and people kept looking at us because I was asked, "What's your hey man?" I asked in the
man.
train. I was like, "Hey man, what's your postal code or whatever they were asking for?" I'm like, "What's your code? I don't live here and I needed to get
He's
into
like,
the
I'm not
Wi-Fi."
gonna
And he's like,
give you my
"Try
code."
971225595F2 because that's all their shit over there has like lots of numbers, right?" He said, "Just try that, whatever it was that he said," and I put it in there. And I was like, "Thank you."
Well,
Yeah, and it worked.
But he looked at me
Yeah.
like I was quickly.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, what's happening? It was like the train ride where the train was so full that Patty didn't even get to sit next to me, which was
I
weird.
know.
We went on
That's
train
how
rides.
it was. That's the first thing I remember. That's how it was with Mom and Dad. That's why I think I left my wallet on there because I was sitting next to Mom. Mom was like, "Don't leave your wallet. Don't leave your wallet." And I set my wallet down. And we got off the train. I'm like, "I left my wallet on the train."
Yeah.
And Dad was like, "Jump back on the open door, like squeeze through the open door like a Matrix guy." Got back on the train, went down the next thing, came back on the opposite train, and was
Yeah.
like, "Here is your wallet, young son." And I was like, "Dad, he's wax on
That's funny.
shit." Yeah, it was
When
great.
we first started on that trip in England on trains, are you looking at Facebook right now, Matt?
Nope.
Looks like you are to me. When we were on that trip, the first train that we got to get on, we were in like first class because it was, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, sometime during the week, and it was after business hours. So we got to be on like first class. They stop by, give you drinks, whatever you want. Doesn't
Right.
cost you extra. Plug your shit right in there, Wi-Fi, whatever you need.
Yeah.
By the end of the fucking 12 days that we were there, the last train we were on, we were like stuffed in like sardines. We
Yep.
smelt all kinds of weird shit. Like, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the
Yeah.
trip went. It started out like this amazing adventure. By the end of it, was like, get me the fuck home.
That's
Because it
hilarious.
ended
Yep.
in London.
Yes.
And London, I believe, is the biggest city in the world, if not the second or
cram-packed
something.
as
But
fuck, that's for sure.
it's very big and it's very loud and it's very
Yeah.
scary and it's very fast, and I didn't like it. But okay,
Yeah.
say goodbye, Matt.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Say
Matt.
Goodbye,
Okay,
Patty.
Matt, shut
We're
her
gonna
down.
shut
Love you
it down.
guys. See you later.
Shut it down.